Hello internet passers-by, it's post-production Rebel again. So if you listened to the last episode of Nap, you know that we recorded for a while, and that we decided to basically split it up into two episodes since there were two kind of different topics in there. So this is the episode about Halo. So yeah, I'm just gonna hand you back over to me and Shaun. Enjoy.
Halo.
Yeah, let's go into Halo now then.
Okay, jarring jump to Halo.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about your history with the series?
Oh, mine. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good place to start. Since it'll get us like sort of into it.
So my history with Halo goes back to, it must have been just after the release of Halo 2. 2004?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like 8, around about 8, 9. So it was probably like 2005, but close enough. My uncle had an original Xbox, and I'd occasionally stay at his, babysitting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Being babysat.
This time it's you who is the baby being sat.
And he had Halo 2, and Doom 3.
Oh, nice.
So that was my like first proper exposure to like FPS.
Nice.
Because at the time I didn't even have Call of Duty on my PS2.
I mean, Call of Duty probably wasn't that big a thing at the time.
Call of Duty 2 Big Red one was like taken off at that point.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, maybe a year or so later, because I think it was like 06, 07, because Big Red one came out around the same time that 3 hit 360.
Okay. And I'm you can tell I'm very young because I'm like in my head Call of Duty didn't become popular until Modern Warfare.
It certainly hit a new height at that point. But 2 and 3 were popular in their own right.
Okay, I didn't know that until now.
Yeah, I didn't know 3 was a big one until later.
Okay. Because no one talks about those ones.
No
anymore.
no one talks about those ones. I have my own memories of 2 vaguely. I don't think I ever finished it. But going back to Halo.
The one that revolutionized FPS on consoles.
Yeah. So he had the Xbox. I'd hook it up, and I don't think he had a Duke controller though. I think he had the Slim controller because I remember it fitting in my fucking hand.
I mean, I had the Slim controller too when we had an original Xbox. I didn't know the Duke even existed.
I knew the Duke existed, and then and so in the process of not having an Xbox myself until 2018, 19, I think, I picked one up because I pretty much we've just mentioned game preservation, so it's like I want to have as many of the game consoles as I possibly can.
Same.
And so I got an original Xbox a couple of years ago, and it came with a Duke controller, and I held it in my hand, and so between playing my uncle's to eventually getting my own one, there was like a massive span of time. So in my head it was like I must have used the Duke. Yeah. Because that's like, I didn't know the Slim was a thing. I didn't know there's a differentiation.
Yeah.
And then I got my original Xbox, and I held a Duke in my hand, and I was like, nah, this ain't it, Chief.
I don't think to this day I've actually ever held a Duke.
It's probably worse than you imagine.
Oh god.
It's not comfortable to hold in the slightest.
In my head it always seems so squished and thick.
Yeah, it's bizarre, I can tell you that. Because you have...
After this episode, I'm going to check out that controller.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure where it is. I'll see if it's somewhere easily accessible.
Okay.
Anyway, so, playing Halo on that, I'd play the opening level of 1, and then drop down onto Halo. And that would pretty much be me. I wouldn't know where to go. I didn't know where to go. So then I'd jump into Halo 2, and I'd play...
This is why you're playing it as a kid, by the way.
Yeah, when I was 8 or 9.
Okay.
And so I'd jump into 2, I'd play Cairo Station, and then I'd play... Fuck, what came after?
Outskirts?
Outskirts. So yeah, no, when I was younger, when I was like 8 or 9, it was... I'd play Cairo Station, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'd get heavily fucked in Cairo Station though.
What difficulty were you playing?
Just normal at the
Okay.
time. In fact, it was probably easy back then.
Yeah, because I know I played as a kid. When I go into my history, I played easy.
Yeah, I definitely played easy back then. But I got decimated. But I was 8 or 9, you know.
I mean, Halo 2.
Halo 2, yeah. it's certainly a kind of a step up from Halo 1 in terms of difficulty. But then later, slightly, when I was 13, my uncle's Xbox was at my grandparents'. And so this is before I got my 360 back. Because when I was like 10 or 11, I think, I got my first 360. It then broke.
Damn.
Within like a year. Because back then, that's what happened with them.
Yeah.
Halo 3 limited edition one, by the way.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's a bad one to go.
Yep. So I was relying on the PS2 in that era, playing a lot of San Andreas and Midnight Club 3.
That's fair.
But then my uncle's Xbox was at my grandparents for some reason. And I remember playing it, and I don't think I played Halo 1 at that point. I think I'd already beaten it. But I hadn't got around to beating Halo 2.
Nah.
So I'd get to it and play up to Outskirts, then Metropolis, beat the Scarab, and that was me.
Nice.
I just call it quits.
You never got far, did you?
No, I just keep replaying Metropolis. I just really like that level for some reason.
That's the way you've described it. It's a little similar to how I played Halo 1 as a kid.
Yeah, you kind of...
I have a very unique history.
Yeah. In fact, I must have been slightly younger. Because it was around when I was 12, 13 that I got my other Xbox. I got Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary.
Ah.
And I played through Anniversary.
Nice.
And then I still had Halo 1 and 2. Because I don't know if I've ever mentioned before, I have the collector's edition of Halo 2.
Oh,
The one
think
that
you
comes
have
in the
actually. The one with the
steelbook,
the DevCom.
Yeah, it's got the dev commentary and everything. I have that version.
Nice.
Yeah, I picked that up really cheap at Game at the time.
Oh shit. That's a
Or
steal.
I think it was back when it was Game Station as well.
Oh shit.
Which is a throwback.
That's old for me because like I don't remember Game being Game Station.
Wow. Okay, man.
At least not the one where I was at.
No, we had a Game and a Game Station.
I just don't think I had a Game Station where
No.
I was. No.
Damn.
It was always Game.
A Game Station was great because Game Station was always the cheaper one.
Ah.
I got my Sega Mega Drive out of Game Station as well because
Nice.
they held onto the retro stuff longer.
Ah, okay.
And then everything rebranded to Game, and so we had 2 games within walking distance of each other.
Nice. For context, by the way, Game is the name of a store.
Oh yeah, it's the UK's like only brick and mortar
Yeah.
game retailer, and they are ludicrously expensive.
Yeah, they fucking know it.
Yeah, they have moved into the merchandise side of it for
They
sure.
really have.
Anyway, so I think that's kind of my history with Halo. I then played it co-op a couple of years later with friends and stuff, and yeah, I've kind of kept up with them since Halo 3.
Nice.
Because I remember when Halo 4 came out in 2012,
Yeah.
having that on pre-order for months, finally getting it and being utterly disappointed.
Yeah, because it was Halo 4.
Yeah, and then my hopes were drummed up again by Halo 5.
You fool.
And
You absolute
it
fool.
totally just killed me.
It feels like it killed a lot.
Yeah, it definitely put a damper on the franchise, that's
Yeah.
for sure. It definitely put me off of the franchise for a while.
I can imagine.
Yeah, because I didn't even play Halo Wars 2, even though I really enjoyed Halo Wars, the first one. But yeah, I think that's kind of my history with the franchise.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I pretty much only own an Xbox One because I wanted Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection primarily because I got it before it came out on PC. What, that Halo 2 remaster?
Yeah. That's fair, because the Halo 2 remaster is great.
Yeah, it's an actually good remaster,
Yeah.
unlike...
We'll go into
We'll
that.
go into that.
But yeah.
So what's your history then?
My history is a bit unique in that I played the first Halo when I was pretty young. I want to say I was about 4, like maybe. because my sister had an original Xbox.
Oh, nice.
Along with the original PlayStation. Those were like the two consoles. I would get a PS4 later on. Mm-hmm. Not PS4, PS2.
I was gonna say that's a big jump.
Yeah, I'd get a PS2, and that would be my childhood console, along with the Wii.
Yeah,
and
the
DS.
PS2 was my childhood console as well.
I love that thing to bits. Still got it.
Mine's is still chugging along as well. And
Mine's is
sure
on its last legs, but
mine still works a dream, and I'm like, you've been through the ringer.
yeah. Anyway, I played the first Halo when we were really young, but even when I started playing it, we'd had that disc for a few years, and being in the house of two kids, one who was 3 when he started playing it, or 4 when he started playing it, and the other one, like, she must have been like 7 at the time. That disc was like fucked to hell and back. Like, I could never get past like Silent Cartographer because of it, and that's like what stopped me from playing that game more. Because I remember, and I'm sure I had help like for those levels because in co-op.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my first memories of Halo was playing it co-op with my sister. Because I remember Blood Gulch as well. A few times.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Strangely enough.
Was the multiplayer even in?
Yeah.
Was it in the Xbox version?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember that.
To be fair, it was, yeah.
I haven't played the Xbox version in like
So long.
a decade maybe.
Yeah. But Halo 1 multiplayer was definitely in the Xbox version. Like,
Okay.
That was a whole thing. But played through the first 4 levels co-op, and then myself as a kid numerous times, and I couldn't get past Silent Cartographer.
Yeah.
Not because of it, my own choice, but because the disc just couldn't play anymore after that.
Yeah.
And that basically sums up my history for like decades.
Yeah, because it wasn't until last year.
Last year, that I
Yeah.
actually went and played through the rest.
Because which was my fault once again. Because I
thank you for it.
Yeah, because you mentioned it to me, and I went, well, you know they're all pretty cheap on CEX.
I didn't expect them to be that cheap.
Because it's only, I think, the first 2...
All of them up to 4 that I got on 360, because I don't have an Xbox One,
Yeah.
and I didn't have my PC yet. I only got that in November last
Yeah,
year.
and they were all like
£2?
between £1 and £1.50 and £2.
Around £2
Yeah.
for like all of them. Along with CEX, you pay an extra £2 for shipping on every item, which is shit.
Yeah, I think it's £2 now. It was £1.50 at the time.
Yeah.
It used to be 95 pence, and it used to be not per item.
What happened?
Anyway, I don't know.
Anyway. But yeah, years went by. I heard about Halo
Yeah,
because I loved those. What I played of Halo to death.
yeah,
And it holds a lot of nostalgic memory for it. But past that, it's like I was a Halo fan, but not really.
yeah.
So I knew about it. I knew Halo 3 was huge, just hearing about it. I remember the hype for Halo 4, kind of. And 5, kind of.
Simpler times.
Yeah. But I never actually played any more Halo past that. Here's the weird thing, though. The weird thing is I did get Halo Anniversary when that came out.
Oh, okay.
Like, for the 360.
Oh, so you had, because I remember you saying you had beat 1.
Yeah, I did beat 1 like years later. Not as quickly as you'd think I would have when I got the Anniversary, no. Because I only got it at the beginning of lockdown. Well, I only beat it at the beginning of lockdown.
Wow.
I'm not sure what it was. I feel like now it was probably like all the flat textures from the broken Gearbox version.
Yeah, that's fair. I did play the Anniversary one a lot, but I was playing it on the remastered graphics.
I knew when I originally wanted to beat it, I wanted to beat on those original graphics.
Yeah, that's fair.
Along with the fact that the Anniversary graphics just...
Yeah, by the time the Anniversary one came out, I had beat the first one multiple times at that point, so I was like, yeah, I want the new graphics.
Yeah.
And then, with age comes wisdom.
Yes, yes, it does. Along with the fact that after Silent Cartographer, you get Assault on the Control Room, which is not a favourite level of mine.
No, I'm not keen on it myself.
I mean, it would be fine if it wasn't so fucking long.
I think I got stuck in Assault on the Control Room on my original playthrough. It took me so long to beat.
I mean, it literally took me years to finally slog through it.
I don't think it took me that long. It did take me a while though.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's mainly that one section where there's the Wraith and the Banshee.
Yeah.
Where you come in and it's like
You're on like the surface because like you're up high.
Yeah.
For the first
So
chunk of that level.
You're on the surface. You've got the kind of part in the middle where you can go inside it. I think there's like a stealth thing in there. But there's a tank. There's a Wraith, sorry, and there's a Banshee.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. No matter what I did, what I did, I couldn't clear it because there's also 2 invisible elites inside that tower, and those kept
killing you.
Yeah,
That's fair. But yeah, finally got through that like at the beginning of lockdown actually. So also pretty recently.
Yeah.
A lot later than it should have been.
Yeah, not too long ago.
But finally got through all that, suffered through the library, got terrified by the flood, and beat the original game. And I don't know why, but I didn't feel the urge to go grab 2. I knew I would at some point, but...
I mean, the first game's fairly conclusive.
Yeah, I mean, Chief has that whole line of, no, I think we're just getting started.
Yeah.
But you could end it there and you feel satisfied.
Yeah, because I don't think the game was finished with an intention of a sequel.
Nah. Yeah, it wasn't expected to be as huge as it got.
Yeah. I mean, even 2, like, it ends on a cliffhanger. But only because...
Notoriously.
Yeah. But only because they couldn't fit everything in.
Yeah, they couldn't fit an ending.
Yeah. Otherwise, I don't think there would have been... Well, there probably would have been Halo 3, but, you know.
Yeah, but not quite the
one
lacking
we got.
ending that we got into.
Yeah.
That we have. But yeah, back to my personal story.
Yeah.
I beat Halo 1 at the beginning of lockdown. Cut to like a year later, and I'm playing Doom.
That's right, yeah.
Because I was going through Doom originally, because I got that for my birthday last year. Wanted to play through it. Heavily enjoyed Doom.
Yeah. Oh, and we should mention you also played that on PS5.
Oh yeah,
because you got a PS5 for your birthday that year.
Yes.
Which means you were playing the better version of Doom Eternal at the point.
But yeah, play through Doom. All of Doom 2016. Fantastic game. Can't recommend it enough.
Oh yeah, same. 100%.
Love that game. Played through Doom Eternal. Enjoyed that quite a bit. Not as much as 2016.
Yeah, I have my issues with Eternal.
But I did like Eternal. I don't think I've got quite as many issues as I think you do. But
yeah.
I did really like Eternal, even with the change in style.
I think... I'm not going to go too deep into it.
Yeah.
I think for me, Doom 2016 was a nice combination of what they did with Doom 3, but also the original stuff. But then I think they tried to add in too much from the original in Eternal, but also tried to build upon it.
Yeah.
And it didn't work for me.
To me,
I don't
it feels
think.
a lot like a modern arcade game that they put on a console and made console game length.
I get more the feeling of, and maybe this is actually, you won't know what I'm meaning by this. It feels more like Final Doom, in that it's not so much. Well, it is a continuation. Story-wise, it is.
But like Final Doom is like a combination of fan levels, isn't it?
Yeah, and they're notoriously fucking nails hard.
Okay,
and it's the same with master levels for Doom 2. And that's what it feels to me, is it's like fan creations of how can we make this
hard as fuck. Okay.
That was the feeling I got from Eternal, and it's like, you know, people are going to be like, oh, you just need to fucking get good. Here's the thing, I'm fucking good at first-person shooters.
Yeah, I've seen you, you're good.
Doom Eternal was a fucking hard press for me.
Yeah. I think it was because I was on like a marathon at that point, after like beating Doom 2016, that like I was in the zone.
Yeah.
Because I got through Eternal, I mean, it was hard. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it wasn't hard, but I managed to get through the whole game without game over.
Fuck you.
No, I mean, I was collecting lives left and right whenever I spotted them, or they were on the map.
Yeah, I was doing the same. I could never keep my extra lives.
I remember very, very clearly, like, I beat the final boss, and you were like first time, and I was like, is it first time if I didn't get a game over? And you're like, yes. And I said, then yeah. And you just said, a certain word.
Yes.
A word even I will not say on this podcast.
One that I don't really call people very
No,
often.
it's very funny coming from you. Because I know you're pissed off.
A very friendly pissed
Oh,
off.
absolutely. I had a really big grin when I saw that. But yeah.
Because it's not, we should put in context, it's not very often you can top me in FPSs.
Yeah, I know.
Halo 1, you only managed to do it because I'm not au fait with Halo 1's PvP.
That's what he says.
I'm not. I never played Halo 1 PvP, and it's very much a system that you need to know.
Yeah.
Whereas Halo 2,
Look, I still beat you.
you did turn it around.
Yeah, exactly. I got back.
But I had you.
You did have me for like a while.
Because I know those vehicle physics intimately.
You really do. Once one of us had the tank, we were fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the story. I'm playing through Doom.
Yeah.
I'm reaching the end of Doom Eternal, and when you're in that sort of, I forget what the Maker territory is called.
Oh,
Sort of
yeah.
heaven-like area. I was like, I don't know why this feels very Halo.
It does have that Forerunner feel.
Yeah,
to it.
Forerunner is definitely the term. Mm-hmm. Looking back, I'd actually say 343 like art style
Oh,
Forerunner.
100%. I feel like they took cue from 4 and 5's.
Yeah,
kind
which
of
is, having played through them all, a worse art style.
Yeah, it's a choice, but recency bias, I suppose.
Yeah, and I would say Doom does it a lot better.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like that sort of style.
It's a more cohesive style.
Absolutely, it makes more sense. Anyway,
Anyway.
playing through that, I say this feels a lot like Halo. I say it to you, and I just spat on the pop filter.
I was
That's
like,
disgusting.
you're saying it to the microphone?
Yeah, I saw it, and I was like, let's just get that away. But yeah, I'm playing through that. I say this is a lot like Halo, and you're like, those are cheap, by the way. I noticed, and I was like, they are?
Because for a while, just for some slight context,
Yeah.
Games from that generation, especially the original Xbox, kind of jumped in price a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Like these days,
Yeah.
they're more collector's items now.
And I think it was either just prior to lockdown or maybe just a little bit into it, because we were kind of in lockdown when you were finishing Eternal, I think.
Yeah,
Certainly near the end
summer
of
2021.
Yeah. And so, being the kind of collector that I am, I'm always checking CEX for different things in general, and looking at the games and looking at what's, You good?
I'm good. Keep talking. Don't bring any attention to the fact that I'm failing to close this bottle. Future Michael, cut this out, please.
So, I'm checking games, anime. I'm looking at everything because lockdown,
Yeah.
money to spend, because
we gotta do shit.
Yeah, I didn't have anything else to spend it on at the time. And beginning of lockdown, it was like, I think £10 for Halo 1 and I think 15,
Christ.
maybe 20 for Halo 2.
Fucking hell.
That
That makes the price I got a fucking steal.
yeah, they had jumped, and I'm like, no way is CEX that bad. And then I looked at eBay, and it was kind of roughly the same.
Jesus.
Certainly in the 5 to 20, 25 range for some of them. I mean, Halo 3 never changed price because 360 era is still common as muck.
I can imagine in a couple of years they'll.
Oh yeah, as soon as like CEX throws out their stock of 360 and PS3 games, like that's when the value will really skyrocket.
But for now, collect.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because right now you walk into CEX and it's like there are 70 copies of every game on the 360
Fuck yeah.
and the PS3.
I should grab Sonic 06. Because I hate this. I'm saying this because I'm a fucking fanboy. I actually want to play that at some point soon.
I had Sonic 06 with my original Xbox, but I don't know what happened to it.
You find it and you don't want it anymore.
No, I want to keep it because I never beat the game when I was younger.
That's fair. I mean, it's Sonic 06. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so the prices had jumped, and so never bothered mentioning it because there's nowhere you're wanting to spend.
No, not that much.
Not that
I wouldn't
much.
have spent more than like a $5 for each game.
Oh yeah, 100%.
At that time, I mean, I'd pay more now because I'm a fan.
Yeah, but there's I think there's also a
You can do it. I believe in you.
substantialness.
Substantiability isn't a word.
Substantiability? Nah, substantialness.
Yeah.
To things that are high value.
Sustainability?
No. There's
No.
a substantial, you know,
Okay.
like if you're putting like more money into it, like
Okay.
I'm wanting like a collector's version, and that doesn't exist for 1 and
Yeah.
2. Like you do have the steelbook, but the steelbook's actually still kind of common as muck
Yeah.
as well. Which is the one that I referred to as the collector's edition earlier, because that's what it is.
It's basically,
Yeah, it comes with the dev commentary. I think it was one of the first in the industry
Yeah,
as
because
well.
I don't remember... I can't think of any game really before
No.
that having a developer commentary.
I also don't remember many having collector's editions at the time.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But anyway, yeah, so...
We keep going off.
Yeah, when I noticed they were cheap, I was like, oh, fuck, you know that, they're here.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting... And I said, I'm like, but it's $150 per thing for delivery. And I think for like Halo 1 and 2, that meant that you were paying more for the delivery than you were for the disc. And you bought them all, and I'm like, fuck, I was kidding.
Well, look what that joke has caused, motherfucker.
And when I say he bought them all, I mean he bought 1, 2,
No,
3...
I already had one, remember?
Did you not replace?
No.
I thought you still had the broken disc version.
Anniversary.
But I thought you... No, didn't you rebuy one because you wanted to play the original graphics?
You're thinking of when I got Master Chief Collection.
Ah, okay. I thought you had rebought one.
No.
Ah, fair enough. So he bought 2, 3, ODST, Reach, 4...
That's it.
And that's it. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's all the 360 era games.
Yeah,
plus
because
2.
I don't have an Xbox One.
Yeah. But I was... Because you sent me the screenshot and I'm like... Wow.
I mean, I remember asking, like, should I just throw ODST and Reach in here as well?
Yeah, I mean, I did say that, you know, ODST was one of my favourites.
Yeah.
And Reach, I was like, you can do whatever the fuck you want, because I don't really care for it.
I knew if I was getting ODST, there would be no reason not to get
Yeah,
Reach.
that's pretty much... I think Reach probably would have been the more... I think Reach was the most expensive one.
I think
in
it
that.
might have been.
But again, I think that
They were
was
also
just...
pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think part of that was, you know, recency bias and, you know, reputation, because 4 was in the toilet price-wise.
Yeah, as it should be.
As it should be. So you tanked through all of them.
Yeah, because I was on an FPS high at that
Yeah.
point, and I knew I wanted more, not Doom-like, but just FPS games that were also sci-fi to play through, and Halo fit that bill perfectly.
And like a respectable franchise as well.
Yeah, and I knew I wanted to play the rest at some point, so I was like, fuck it, why not do it now? Anyway, got it, played through 2, fantastic.
Yep.
Love 2, it's my favourite in the franchise, even to this day.
Okay.
I know you've got a different opinion.
Yeah, no, and like if people say 2, I absolutely get it.
But like Halo 2 it's there. Just for me, it's right there. Almost purely because of Arbiter. But anyway.
RB.
Gotta love RB. Played through Halo 3. Gameplay-wise, fantastic. Story-wise, I was a little disappointed. I'll be honest.
I also don't really like the 7th gen piss filter aesthetic.
No one likes the
Because it does.
piss filter.
Because I thought, yeah, it didn't affect 3, did it? And then I replayed it and I went, oh, it did.
It kind of did, yeah.
It did.
I think Fallout is like the worst offender of that for that generation.
Have you seen Fallout 3 without that?
Yeah, you showed me, and it's such a better game.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
If I'm ever going to play Fallout 3 again, I'm going to get it on PC and mod it like that.
The next time I go back, because I've played 3, but I haven't played the DLC, but I lost my save on PC. So I need to replay the game again, which is...
I've actually been thinking of replaying 3 again recently.
My thing about replaying 3 is that its combat system is so jank.
That's the challenge.
Yeah. I think I'm... I can't remember if I played it with cheats or not, but anyway. I think I modded the game or something, yeah.
Playthrough 3. Gameplay-wise, love it. Story-wise, a little disappointed. Having played it again recently, I put it back up there.
Yeah.
Like, because it is really good. ODST, nice surprise. Didn't
Yeah.
expect to like it as much as I did.
It's certainly a kind of what's the word I'm looking for?
Underappreciated?
Yeah, an underappreciated part of the franchise, I think.
Yeah, I don't think many people give ODST the love it really deserves.
No, definitely not.
Especially when you play it co-op, because it turns out ODST is even better in co-op.
Oh, 100%,
Love
yeah.
it. Loved Reach the first time, which Reach I feel is a game you have to love the first time, and then after that it sort of loses its luster.
Yeah, which is, I think my opinion of it's kind of dropped over the years.
Yeah, because I put it like right up there with CE in my ranking right after I played it. But playing it recently, there's not much to really go back through story-wise.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Because once you get through the lust, like the thing of Reach, which is playing through the game while your allies die slowly around you, ending with you.
All
surviving.
the impactfulness is gone.
Yeah, like you've seen it already.
Yeah.
Not much to go back to other than maybe the novelty of, hey, it's your character
as
the main character.
And because it's not like some movies where you see that sort of thing happen, where it's kind of comparing apples to oranges to say this, where the writing of a film is done so much more impactfully.
Yeah.
For the most part, when it comes to these movies, you have films that do stuff like that terribly, but like, having characters killed off as it goes along.
I think it helps that like in movies you can focus fully on character and narrative, whereas in a game, effort has to go into the levels and like the gameplay.
Yeah, because it's more focused on go here, do this, and big locations. I think Reach focuses on, but it kind of ends up in a lot of them feeling a bit empty.
Yeah, it feels more like a Call of Duty open level compared to a Halo one, which that makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, because like I just realized I said big levels, where Halo 1 has sprawling levels.
Yeah,
but they're well designed, they're well tailored to what you're doing.
Exactly. And
even when you're not, even in parts of the map where you're doing one thing, there's a lot of interesting scenery. It's aesthetically pleasing to look at. Whereas Reach,
just to go off that example for CE, like the second level Halo, like when you're on the ring, that's basically just a bunch of wide open bubble areas that you just sort of go around and kill Covenant in, and that's the whole level. But like the reason it's so gripping is because of like where you are in the story, like aesthetically and scenery wise, it's so interesting. Yeah. Like you walk out, you see a bit of the Halo ring in the distance, you turn around, you see the full shot. Yeah. And that is such a great moment in gaming. Like you really take it all in, and it's the moment in Halo where you go, whoa. Yeah. That skybox that just 343 could not recreate in the remaster. They fuck it up so much in the anniversary. It legitimately pisses me off. It doesn't work as well. You don't get that big moment. Because you have 7th gen piss filter. It came back. Yup. I think thankfully they turned that off for MCC, because I definitely noticed things were a bit more silvery. Yeah. In the kind of Forerunner sections. Yeah, but yeah. So Reach. Reach. It's certainly a Halo game when they were trying to lean into COD, I feel like. Yeah, and I think they definitely tried to make it their last hurrah, because that was the final game that Bungie were contracted to. And you can feel it. You can feel it. I think they were as done with the franchise. Yeah. As ODST was a nice fluke of creativity, I'd say. Yeah, 100%. But Reach was when they were like, we're making this as a goodbye. Yeah. And that's it. Yeah, pretty much. And then 4. Oh god, here we go. The 343 games. Yes. So Bar Infinite, because Infinite's good. Yes. So as people have probably realised, or if you're not au fait with the Halo franchise, you pretty much played them in release order. Yeah. Because if we're going chronologically, Reach you would have played first. Yeah. But obviously, don't play Reach first. Don't play Reach first. Even though the MCC tried to make people do that with the PC release. It's weird, like MCC starts off with Reach in like its listing, making it think it's chronologically, but they put ODST after 3. When it's just not when that game takes place. No, because it takes place concurrently with 2. Yeah. Which I always
forget, but at the same time, it's like embedded within the game.
Yeah, like the game is called Halo 3 ODST.
Just because of the quirk of its release timing.
Yeah, and it is using the Halo 3 art style and engine.
Yeah,
but,
that
like,
as well.
It has way more to do with 2 than
Oh,
it does
yeah.
3.
Because for if you haven't played Halo, we highly recommend it, as
Absolutely.
you probably can tell. But Halo 3 ODST takes place right after the Metropolis.
Like the opening section? Would you call that whole New Mombasa part of section?
Yeah, so after you finish Metropolis, and then there's one other mission, I'm forgetting what the name of it is.
No, it's
Is Metropolis the last one?
It goes Cairo Station, outskirts, and then Metropolis.
Right. So you play through those, and you get to the end of Metropolis. You take down the Scarab, and then it's High Charity, right?
No, it's like a Covenant capital ship.
Covenant capital ship. Jumps to hyperspace.
Like a warp jump in the
warp
city.
jump in the city, in atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which if you're not kind of into sci-fi or anything, or don't really know how that...
It causes a shockwave,
yeah,
basically.
Imagine trying to reach or instantly reach the speed of light within gravity. You're gonna cause a lot of devastation.
Yeah, it's basically like a bomb.
Yeah.
Basically.
Massive bomb. So it like devastates
The city.
the city.
And ODST starts with you dropping right into that.
Right in that, yep. And then you crash, and it's like 6 hours later.
for the rookie.
For the rookie.
You go through, because you're in a squad in ODST, and you go through each squad mate's story while you're discovering it as the rookie in like the sort of open level?
Yeah, it's the whole New Mombasa. That whole thing's like an open world kind of hub.
Yeah, it's a hub world.
Yeah. You kind of unlock it as the game progresses, but once you've unlocked stuff, you can freely go back and forth.
Yeah, get some extra goodies that are hidden around.
Yeah, like the mongoose.
Mongoose.
I
love the mongoose. That's a running joke with us.
It's a running joke. We discovered a hidden cache.
Yeah.
And when it opened up, it had 2 mongoose, which is a quad bike in the Halo franchise. And we're like, what's the plural of a mongoose?
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 I think it might actually be as
It
well.
could be a mongoose. I don't know. But it's just become...
And that's just been funny to us ever since.
It's just been... It's one of those late night gaming session things.
It's to the point where like every time I see one, I can't not call it a mongoose.
Same, yeah. It's 100% just a mongoose to me now.
Even if it's just one.
Just one, yeah.
Anyway. We need to talk about Halo 4.
Halo 4. I feel like we're dodging around it as well.
We're trying to, but we need to just stick right into it.
Yeah.
So, bit of context. Bungie left after Halo Reach, and they were the original developers.
Yep.
And Microsoft, not wanting their flagship Xbox series to go be without a developer, did Microsoft make 343 Industries?
I think they had a hand in it. I think...
They probably did.
Yeah, I think 343 may have been fans. Game developers that were fans that wanted to...
makes sense.
Yeah.
343, they have to be.
Yeah. And so what I think, as weird as it feels, there was only a year between Reach, or 2 years between Reach.
2 years, yeah, because Reach came out
2010,
and 4 was definitely 2012.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I remember that as well, because that was a disappointing year. You had Assassin's Creed 3 that year as well.
Oh, we will get to that Assassin's Creed talk, and I will go off my fucking lid about Assassin's Creed 3.
You finally understand.
I get it completely. I should have trusted you.
Owned it since it came out and never beaten it.
I get it as well.
Anyway,
Halo
4.
We can't keep discussing other things.
Which only came out 2 years after Reach, which it feels like such a big gap because it marks a change in Halo's
to its core.
Yeah. There was a massive kind of philosophy change in what a Halo game was.
doesn't feel like a Halo game.
No. And most fans agree.
Yeah. But yeah, there was a change in developer and so many things were changed. Off the bat, you'll probably notice art style change.
Yeah.
It is such a downgrade. It is such a downgrade.
What is with Chief's armor?
What is with everything?
Yeah, but I mean,
Apart from Cortana.
what gets me with the Chief though is that like, it's literally like they just ripped a warthog apart and shoved it on him.
Yeah, it's all. To me, it all feels needlessly segmented. I mean,
Yeah.
the armor was segmented already, but it had bulk. It
Yeah.
was smooth. It was futuristic, but it felt like it weighed a ton.
It looked protective.
Yeah, and it looked like super soldier sci-fi armor.
Yeah.
It was all interconnected and stuff. The new one looks like you've just taken, like you said, pieces of a warthog, put a visor on one of them, and just strapped it on him,
Yeah, pretty much.
and gave it a riot gear makeover.
Yeah, kind of.
It's so weird, and all the colors sucked out of it along with the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It's just, it's very early 2010s game sci-fi.
Yeah, it was I think a push to show what, Halo could look like with modern graphic techniques.
Yeah, which, to be fair, for a 360 game,
It did look
it looks
good.
good,
Yeah.
fidelity-wise.
But it's not Halo.
No, it's barely even Mass Effect.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, it's so far away from Mass Effect. Christ, there's not even a comparison.
Just in terms of like, yeah, not even art style-wise,
No.
they're similar. I'm mainly thinking of like, what is the name? The Reapers, are they called?
Yeah.
From what I've seen of them, it's like the Forerunner stuff and their aesthetic suddenly got mixed together.
Yeah, they kind of do pull the Reapers in as
Oh,
an
yeah, the
inspiration
Prometheans.
for the Prometheans. Yeah.
Because suddenly, I mean, when I say this out loud, this would have been a really interesting idea in a Bungie game.
Yeah.
But you've got the Prometheans, which are like digitized. Well, later on, it's explained as digitized ancient humans.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of lore that I'm not going into right now.
Let's not.
But the game wants you to go into lore.
Yeah,
is the thing.
the game doesn't tell you it. It locks all of this in a trilogy of books that you need to read.
Yeah, like, you will not understand the real story of Halo 4
no.
when you're playing it.
Nope.
I very much remember I was like 4 levels in, and I just say something offhandedly like, no, it's like halfway through the game when the librarian comes in. And she's like,
yeah.
And she's like, you humans were actually an ancient spacefaring people that we destroyed and remade from the ground up. Very Assassin's Creed when I say it like that. But, and I'm just like, wait, what? What's happening here? And then you just go like, okay, this is what you need to know.
Yeah.
Like, it's like walls and walls of text of like lore that helps me understand the game. And then after all of that, I'm like, they couldn't have put this in the fucking game.
No, they locked it behind 3 books.
Because I had no idea who the fuck the main villain of Halo 4 was.
And he's not even the character he's said to be.
No, he's like a copy.
Yeah.
Which you had to explain to me.
Yeah.
No one's gonna get that.
Yeah. No, that's the thing. It doesn't explain anything about the Forerunners, but there's a whole lore that they introduced for the Forerunners.
Yeah.
That was so needless. You could have just left the Forerunners all mysterious, like.
Yeah, I liked that in the original games.
Same.
Like, they were there. Their presence was known in, like, the rings and all the
Yeah.
structures and stuff. You knew these were all powerful, a whole powerful civilization that mysteriously disappeared, probably because of the flood.
Yeah.
And you got all that just from the subtext of the original trilogy. Halo 4 tries to tell you about them, but not really.
Yeah. The books do go into a lot of that. It explains in detail their...
A trilogy's worth of detail.
Oh, yeah. And...
I want to state, by the way, this whole wall of text thing he explained to me for Halo 4 was in the first book.
Yeah, I can still only remember the first book because that was I had just reread it at the time.
I wanted to scream when you told me that.
Yeah. I can tell you though that at the end of the second book, the character that it's following, one of the humans, becomes Guilty Spark.
Oh yeah, I heard about that actually.
Yeah.
Like Guilty Spark. For context, Guilty Spark is like this annoying
He's the
fuckstick of a droid.
Yes.
To give him a term.
He's the monitor for Installation 4, which is the
he's
ring.
a condescending prick and nobody likes him. I miss him though, is the main thing.
Yeah. And then in the third book, that kind of goes through the last couple of days of the Forerunners.
Okay, that would be
as
interesting.
The Flood kind of take over, and the didact we face in Halo 4 has decision to fire the rings. Doesn't explain how there's still life in the galaxy, but sure.
Whatever.
Because
seeding shit.
Yeah, probably. Because like the races that make up the Covenant, specifically the Prophets, they're in this trilogy. They existed back then, and it explains how they evolved into what they are. And so I'm like, so that means that they survived.
Yeah.
But you fired the rings.
Shut the fuck up. You see, we could explain that, but it would take 5 more books.
Oh, probably, yeah.
But yeah, Halo 4's fucking carousel of a story.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't stick to one thing.
No, because
for
like
any particular length of time.
there are 3 stories going on at the same time, and that's the only ones I can remember. There's the Forerunner shit.
Yep.
There's John and Cortana.
Yep. And
John
then,
Halo.
Yeah.
And then there's like
There's the stuff with the Infinity, which just fucks off halfway through.
and Halsey.
And Halsey, you're
Which
right.
the game starts off with.
Oh, you're right.
The prologue to Halo 4, you put in the disc, you start the story. It starts off with a conversation with Halsey, who's the creator of the Spartan Super Soldier Project in these games, and what John Halo is a part of. That's what I'm calling him now. It might as well be his name.
Yeah.
But she has a conversation, and there's like the story like, is Master Chief as a human broken? Like, is he more machine than man at this point and all that? Going all Darth Vader on this shit.
Because this game brings back the Spartan Project,
Yes, it does.
but doesn't explain why.
They're just here. You've got these new Spartans, which lots of context.
Oh,
in these,
yeah,
in
that's
these parts. That, like,
so deep into the lore.
so the Spartans of that John 117 Master Chief is a part of are Spartan 2s.
Yes,
Like the
so-
second iteration.
The context for this is that when you start Halo 1, you are the last Spartan, because Reach is a prequel, which details the fall of Reach, which if you want the better version of that story, read The Fall of Reach, which actually goes through the entire history of the Spartan Project.
Yeah, it's very much a backstory book that
Yeah.
was released when the first Halo came out
Yes.
to basically give them the lore.
Yeah, so when you start Halo 1, you are the last Spartan. You're the only one that managed to get off of Reach. And so you go through 3 games of that thinking you're the last Spartan. And basically, the whole idea was that after the Spartan 2s, the Spartan 3s failed, I think.
Sort of. Spartan 3s, from what I've read, they're like Spartan 2s, but instead of being kidnapped as children, they were orphans.
Ah, okay.
And so they were sort of similar story, but like they have memories of their families and stuff, so they're
right.
a bit more human.
Okay.
But they went through all the procedures and
Yeah.
regiment stuff.
But the basic principle was that they weren't going to bring the Spartan Project back because they deemed it inhumane.
I mean, it was. You kidnap children,
Yeah.
put cybernetics and like super soldier genetic engineering basically
Yeah.
into them, and they're basically war machines.
Yeah. And then 4 is suddenly like, yeah, but we can just do that to adults.
We made Captain America
Yeah.
in space armor.
Like, somehow they're like, yeah, but if we do it to adults, it's fine. And it's
Yeah,
like,
they're volunteers.
and it's like, but yeah, you did it to kids because it wouldn't take to adults.
Here's the thing, though. The thing that really fucks with this is that this in lore happened before.
Yeah,
this
because the
was
Spartan
original.
ones, yeah.
At the time, the Orion project.
Yes.
Which is the original iteration of the Spartans. They're retroactively called Spartan ones. which, by the way, Sergeant Johnson is
Sergeant
a part
Johnson
of,
is part of,
which was fucking awesome.
which
to
is
learn.
why he doesn't age quite
Yeah.
as much, because he's like 70.
Yeah, and I remember reading when they were making one of the Halo 2 cutscenes in Anniversary. In like the original version, he doesn't go up against Arbiter in like one cutscene when they're scuffling and stuff.
Yeah.
But in the Anniversary, he actually gets punches in and stuff.
Wow.
And that's I think it's supposed to be a reference to the fact that he's actually a super soldier.
It does make sense.
Yeah.
Like, because he just doesn't die.
No. I mean, he's immune to the flood as well.
Yeah.
It's notorious because like he's left on the ring in Halo 1. The ring blows up and he's just back in 2.
Yeah, he's just there.
And one of the guys is like, how the fuck did you get off? And he's just like, that's classified, Private. You shut your fucking mouth. But yeah, they tried this and then they deemed the project a failure because
Yep.
it wasn't getting the results they needed.
Yep.
And that's when they decided to use kids. Mm-hmm. For better or for worse.
Yes, because as we all know with sci-fi that deals with genetic modification,
There's a bit of fucky shit in there.
yeah, it usually takes to kids because kids have the chance to develop with it, which is
Yeah.
literally the reason behind the Spartan 2s being kids.
Yeah.
Because they think that they'll take to these more segmented adjustments to themselves. Not to themselves, but, you know, being put upon them.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll be given drugs and stuff to improve their physicality, and
Yeah.
then when they reach a certain age, they'll be given implants and certain cybernetics and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That usual fucky shit from sci-fi.
Yeah. To show the UNC isn't exactly all good.
Yeah, usually Oni.
It's probably Oni.
Yeah.
Anyway, Halo 4 brings
Them
another
back.
iteration of Spartans,
Yeah.
this time fully volunteering adults. They fixed all the problems somehow.
And it just doesn't seem to care about them either.
Nah.
It just leaves them behind
Yeah,
after.
they're literally just there to promote Spartan Ops, which is a shit game
That's
mode.
right, yeah. Yep. Still never played Spartan Ops.
You don't want to.
Nah.
It's literally just firefight, but like 5-minute long levels. And that's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Boring as fuck. I've tried to get through like 2 of the episodes, which have
Yeah.
5 levels each. It was a painful experience.
Oh, I can imagine, yeah.
Never again. But yeah, they came back in Halo 4, and Halo 4 doesn't give a shit.
No, it literally like squares them away after 2 or 3 missions of them showing
Yeah,
up.
they appear a few times, and that's it.
Yeah. It's not until the end that you see that there's like literally like thousands of them.
Yeah.
In the final cutscene where John gets de-armored, he gets taken apart like the car he is.
Yeah. If you play on Legendary, you see his eyes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good for you.
Yeah, good for you. I love all the videos where it's like, because that was a notorious thing of, you know, if you finished it on Legendary difficulty, for 1 and I think 4 in specific, they were like, you get to see his face. I just love all of it because that Urban Legends.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love all the videos where like he just takes his helmet off and it's like another helmet underneath.
I mean, it's the best way to do it. Yeah.
Or after Halo 3 came out and it had the helmet with the collector's edition, it was literally just the thing it sat on when he took it off.
I think my favorite one has to be, it was in like a video game donkey episode or where, because he had recap videos of like Halo.
Yeah.
It ends with like that helmet, and then suddenly he takes it off and it's Halo 1 Johnson. He just goes, it was me the whole time. I love that so much.
But yeah, after that, because the main kind of through point of 4 is John and Cortana.
Yeah, that's the best part of the story.
It's the best part of the game, and it's the part of the game that gets the least screen time until the end.
Yeah.
But also the most screen time as well.
It makes sense. Believe me, it makes
Yeah.
sense. But John and Cortana's relationship is actually analysed in 4. It's the best part of the game.
Oh, yeah.
And then she dies at the end.
Yeah, and then we go on to 5. Because that's the best segue.
So, if you thought we didn't like Halo 4 so far,
Oh,
you ain't
fucking
seen nothing,
boy. 5 is the worst game in the
5 is
franchise.
barely a fucking game.
Yeah, that's fucking true. It's certainly not a Halo game.
No. Hey kids, would you like a game where the story isn't actually in the fucking game? It's in everything around the game?
Do you want a Call of Duty control scheme?
but every time you aim down sights and get shot, you're forced out of it. 'Cause that's literally how
Yeah.
the game control. That's the
I mean,
first
that
thing.
happened in like other Halo games, but like they didn't have a COD control scheme, and it
No.
wasn't super built around that.
No, and like you could aim, you could only aim certain weapons like that as well.
Yeah.
Because in Halo 1 it was the
Pistol for some
the
reason,
pistol,
which was OP as hell.
Yep. And the sniper rifle, I think, were like the only
Yeah.
two. Two added in the BR.
God bless the battle rifle. I love it so much.
I think the SMG might have had the same scope as the pistol.
Yeah, it did. I know it did for ODST and
Yeah.
Halo 3 and stuff. I think after Halo 2, they allowed the ability to zoom in
Yeah.
on any weapon, but you couldn't like, well, not aim down the sights, but like just zoom in.
One still has the same thing, but you still get a zoom.
Oh, okay.
But it's like you only get scopes in certain weapons.
Yeah.
Which was a mainstay until
4.
no 5 was the first one to do it.
Another thing that makes Halo 5 suck.
Yeah, so 4 was the one that ditched damage recoil, bringing you out of aiming down sights, which was one of its few good additions.
Yeah,
it meant you
that's
could
just good.
Yeah, because it did have more weapons with scopes. Like I'm pretty sure most of the Forerunner weapons had
Yeah,
scopes.
I remember that.
And if you're not using Forerunner weapons in Halo 4, you're not
Using any weapon.
you're not using
because
weapon any weapons.
Halo 4 has a notorious ammo problem.
Oh yeah.
Like, no weapons other than like suppressor, I think it's called.
I think so. Yeah, it has like very
Any ammo.
Yeah, and the human weapons just like barely make a dent
Yeah,
most of the time on enemies.
the most prominent enemy anyway, which is the Prometheans.
Yep. But yeah, anyway, in Halo 5, every weapon had to have a scope, even the assault rifle. Which made a lot of the weapon designs really awkward in the first place.
Because they weren't built for that.
Yeah, but then you start the game and you're dropped into it and you're given the control layout.
Yeah.
You're in media res, and you're
And
being
I will say, a nice opening cutscene.
yeah, but
This is a big but.
it literally shows you all the glaring problems with the control scheme and setup from the moment you drop in. And that's that you can't sprint for very long. You get taken out of aim down sight as soon as you get hit.
Because they added that back in.
Yeah, which is pointless for a game where you can aim down the sight of every gun. And when it's tied to your left trigger. Because, that's the classic COD setup.
Yeah.
And then you get to the story.
So, Cortana didn't die at the end of Halo 4.
No.
Don't ask us to explain how she didn't die. She just didn't.
She did, but she replicated herself, I think
This is a bullshit
answer.
explanation.
I think that's the answer. She copied herself.
That's a bullshit explanation.
Yeah.
I don't know how she could have done that.
I don't know, because there was literally no way she could have.
No.
And now she is, like, leading the Forerunners.
A Forerunner / AIs?
Yeah.
Because she decides... She's not rampant, by the way. Like, rampancy is a big thing in Halo 4, but they straight up say she's not rampant anymore. She's cured.
Somehow she
Cured herself.
Yeah.
They don't make a point to explain it.
No. Why would they?
And this Cortana, the same Cortana, non-rampant, that you've known since the first game, always there helping you along for the betterment of humanity, decides dictatorships are the way to go now.
Yup.
And that she wants to be ruler of the universe with the help of every AI that she comes across.
Yeah.
She went full Templar.
She did. Yeah, because that's like the thing of Halo 5 is her taking over the AIs.
Yeah, she wants to be a dictator.
Which is funny because suddenly AIs are far more proliferated within the Halo universe than they ever have been before.
Yeah, like, before Halo 5, even in 4, it's implied that, well, there's two types of AIs in, like, Halo lore. There's dumb AIs.
Yep.
And smart AIs, which are usually created for, like, scanning brains, I think.
And this is also with the context that Cortana is a totally separate type of AI.
Yeah,
She's
okay.
like she's a unique AI.
Oh, okay.
Because she's I think Reach goes over it, where she's
Oh,
made
yeah.
from the Forerunner.
Partially Forerunner
Partially
made,
Forerunner.
partially Halsey brain.
Yeah.
But anyway, the implication is that like these type of smart AIs, even like non-Cortana ones, are rare.
Yeah.
Like only very stuffed up right now, but like only the like high command UNNC and like special persons are allowed
Yeah.
one.
Yep.
Suddenly there's a fuck ton,
Yep.
and Cortana can control them all
Yeah.
because she just can.
Yeah. Because the most common type of AI within the Halo universe up until 5 is assistant AIs.
Yeah.
It's just like ones that do tasks for you and can give some responses.
Yeah.
Like,
The AI we're making right now, basically. in our
yeah,
world.
essentially. Slightly smarter, but
Yeah.
no. They don't control too much, they don't have too many functions.
They're not exactly sentient.
No. It's but then, you have Halo 5 and it's like every place you visit has an AI
Yeah.
that gets taken over, whether it's a ship or a planet or a settlement. They all have some, like, one of them's literally ran by an AI.
Yeah.
What?
We're also ignoring the big lock in the room, I think.
Oh yeah, so the Spartans were back and forth.
And to be fair to them, they created them at that point. They might as well expand on them. That's fine. Nothing against that.
But how do you...
But this is Halo 5.
Yeah, and they somehow expanded on it in the worst way possible.
Yeah.
With a very boring character who you play as for most of the game.
Yeah.
Because...
Fun fact, by the way, was originally, and his face is still modeled after in 5, the guy who played Luke Cage in the Defender saga. Bring it all the way back to
Yeah.
that conversation. From like, what, 2 hours ago now?
Yeah, probably. But just to give like a perspective on this Halo game, where you're meant to be playing as the Master Chief, you only play as him for 4 missions out of 15, and the rest are Locke,
Locke,
who
yeah.
is so boring.
He's such a nothing character.
Such a nothing character. He's also joined by Buck, Nathan Fillion's character from ODST,
Who could have been a good character.
who could have been a good character, but none of the characters in this outside of Master Chief is a good character.
No. Buck could have been good, but if it was Buck from ODST,
Yeah.
but this might as well be someone else entirely.
Oh yeah, also forgetting to mention the fact that Chief's blue team not dead.
Oh yeah, they were alive the whole time.
Yeah, somehow they all died in Fall of Reach. No, they didn't. Half of them were in comas somewhere.
Yeah. No, they're back, baby.
They're fine. They're back. No one's gonna explain why, how.
I'm not even gonna ask.
No, Chief is just like, cool, we're a team again.
Alright. Just like the good old days.
And this game is such a train wreck. And it's literally watching one of my favourite franchises like burn itself to the ground.
Yeah.
And it doesn't conclude in any great way. It cliffhangers
Yeah.
massively for another game. And the reception,
Killed that other
killed
game.
that, yeah. But that's where
And
I think...
eventually morphed it into a good one.
Yeah, which is where I think Infinite does it the best way to pick up after that by erasing everything
Yeah.
that Halo 5 did.
We're gonna pretend we didn't see that. We'll pick up on some of the story points. 'cause
Yeah,
we can't
it very much
not.
picks up on Cortana's storyline,
Yeah.
but does a way better job.
Yeah.
Because, spoiler alert if you haven't played Infinite, Cortana's dead
Yeah.
for the entirety of Infinite.
Yeah.
And you're left with a replica.
Yeah, another replica.
Yeah, another replica of her.
Called The Weapon.
The
who
Weapon.
is such a good character.
Yeah, I love her. Also voiced by
Jen Taylor.
Jen Taylor.
Who does the incredible job, by the way, of voicing 3 distinct characters, all with her voice, and all basically different versions of each other, but she makes them so distinct that you can just feel every separate character's personality just from the voice alone.
And like massive, props and just like they deserve a lot of respect for Jen Taylor and
Steve
Downs for the performance they bring to
Yeah.
Infinite. Because while John had a great emotional arc in 4,
Yeah.
there's another level to Infinite
Yeah.
where he's really grappling.
It's the sequel that we should have gone for 4, because
Yeah.
5 barely deals with that at all.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, you have John really going through like and dealing with Cortana's death.
You can I mean, he's still back in like the metaphorical Spartan
Yeah.
armor of being the ultra badass, but you can tell he is at his most depressed and
Yeah.
darkest underneath it all.
And you know, it really comes through in the way that he interacts with the weapon and how their relationship develops.
It's amazing the emotional range that's portrayed with a character that's supposed to be highly guarded and still as a rock.
And yeah, so massive shout out to Steve Downs for that, because it brought like such an amazing performance to a game that I had very little hope for.
Yeah.
And was so surprised by, and I loved so much, because it's the Halo, you know, sequel revamp that I've wanted for so long, because 4 never met those expectations, 5 never met those expectations. Infinite is so much of a game where they were like, we want to get it right. And they brought back the writer for the original Halo trilogy,
Jason
Sweeney
Staten? Is it Jason Staten?
Jason Staten, yeah. They brought back him, and you know, they kind of threw everything out and just took
went all in.
Yeah, they took the core of what the story was that we were trying to tell, which was between Chief and Cortana, which was what it always should have been.
That's what they were trying to do before, but so much other shit got in the way, and 5 was even worse.
Yeah, and it also, you know, it throws away the Forerunners and brings back, well, it's not the Covenant, but the Banished.
Yeah.
Who are
Different enough.
But you know, it makes it feel like a Halo game.
Yeah.
It gives you new but familiar enemies. Because you know, the elites aren't quite the same as they were.
Yeah,
and
they're less like. They really are like the elite forces. Like I know they were in the original games, but they were a bit more numerous. Where like they were just another higher tier form of common enemy.
Yeah.
Whereas when an elite pops up, it's not that often in Infinite. It's
No,
not as
and they're
easy
an
as it used to be.
absolute bastard to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you have like 4 of them showing up.
Yeah, and they're all shielded, and
Yeah.
you need plasma weapons to get rid of the shield, and then you need like a carbine to like really do damage to them after that.
And this
It
is
works.
where you're also trying to deal with 1 or 2 brutes who are still likely to fly off the handle, because there is a method of like, you know, when one of them dies and then you get the other one low enough, they'll rampage, but the algorithm's also slightly different, where there's a chance that they might just do it anyway.
Yeah.
Which is always fun, because it feels like the RNG's never on my side. Yeah. I literally walk out and it's like the brute just sees me, he's like, fuck it, I'm a rampage.
hot.
Yeah, no, Infinite really, you know, it made up for a lot of the things that they had to make up for.
Yeah.
And brought back a lot of ground that the franchise needed. And I hope that since 4 and 5 had cliffhanger endings that were never paid off, I really hope the one that was in Infinite gets paid off, and that this is the start of something new for the franchise.
I'm genuinely interested in where this is going now.
Like there wasn't a lot of setup until the end of the game.
Yeah.
And I think that because of the story they had to tell, that was the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
It didn't
They focused on the important stories first.
It didn't overburden the narrative, and it left you with this big wait, what?
Yeah.
You know, when you encounter the final boss, who's cheap as fuck. I want to add, like, the boss fights in that game were fantastic, except that last one.
Yeah.
But it does give you this massive, like, okay, this is different. This is going in a direction. And yeah, I'm hopeful for the future.
Yeah,
But I don't know when we'll get news on
Yeah.
another one. I feel like it'll be a while.
probably.
But co-op is going into closed beta
I
soon,
know.
I think.
From the looks of it.
Yeah, so that's exciting because we've played all of the Halo games,
Yeah, 'cause
except 5.
I got Master Chief Collection a couple months after I'd beaten them all.
Yeah.
Originally on 360 because I had just got on my PC. I wanted a game to try it all out on, and MCC was on sale.
Yeah.
So I just got it. Played through all the games again. Then played them with you on co-op.
Yep.
Then played a few of them again on Heroic.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you did do that.
Never play Halo 2 on any difficulty higher than normal. It's not fun after that.
Oh man. Halo 2 is the Dark Souls of Halo.
Yeah, because they forgot to code the higher difficulties properly.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Not to the fault of Bungie, because Halo 2's development was hellish.
Oh yeah, that game took shape in 9 months.
Yeah, I feel like it's way too much to go into that
Oh,
here,
definitely.
and I don't know what time we're at right now.
We're just over 2 hours.
There we go, no time. But look into that
Oh,
when you
yeah,
have the chance,
yeah.
because that's a story.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Halo 1, to be honest.
Yeah, the dev commentaries are both on YouTube. I
Yeah.
highly recommend watching those. You've got Jason Staten,
Marty O'Donnell, the guy who did the music and
composer.
Halo music is not to be
Oh,
underestimated.
100% not. We have just had no, like, we talk about it, but we don't have much space left, I think, to discuss it here. And the
Jason Johns? What's his name?
Jason Jones.
Jason Jones.
Yes. Who
There's
was
2 Jasons.
Yeah, who was the lead for the first 2 Halo games. I think Mari ended up becoming the lead for.
Really?
I think for a while he became the figurehead for 3.
That makes sense.
Before development kind of started to really take shape, because by the time 3 rolled around, Jason Jones had departed Bungie.
Yeah, that makes
I think.
sense.
And then, but Bungie went on to do Destiny with Jason Staten, and then he left. I think Marty O'Donnell's also left Bungie at this point.
Yeah, there's a whole big thing about that last time I checked.
Love Marty, but I wish he would stop getting in controversies.
Same. He's fantastic at music, but
Yeah.
some of the other stuff,
Yeah.
art and the artist.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think that's been Halo. I
That's
feel
been
this has
Halo.
been a really chaotic discussion, but we've kind of gone through.
I mean, we started out this episode saying it's off the cuff.
Yeah.
It's not as structured as some of the other episodes have been.
but we went through it game by game. But yeah, no, we love Halo.
It's such a good franchise.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm really excited for the future, but there is enough to tide me over
Yeah.
to the next one. Like
I can't wait for co-op.
same, and I'm always constantly fighting the urge to replay at least one of the games, whether
Yeah.
it's 1 or ODST, which Sean said Halo 2 is his favorite. ODST is my personal favorite. I love the aesthetic, the atmosphere they build,
The music.
the music. Oh god, because soundtracks, as I've if you've listened to the first episode, the soundtracks for Halo are some of my favorites. And ODST just has this sound that I can't explain.
It's very different from the other ones, which are more grandiose, battle hardened, whereas ODST it's quieter.
Yeah.
Marty's gone on record saying he got a lot of inspiration from film noir.
Oh yeah, 100%. The whole game
Yeah.
oozes film noir vibes. And
Which is rare for a military show.
oh yeah, but it does it in such a great way.
Yeah. It's a nice little detective story going on.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the motifs of the 3 games that Marty did, because I covered this in the first episode, but just to go over it again, the first one has the monk chorus, the second one has the guitars, which if you play Halo 2, you never want to fucking hear a guitar again for a while.
Yeah.
And then 3 has piano, arguably done way better than the guitars. Yeah. I like the guitars, but they're a bit much.
Yeah, you get sick of them after a while.
Yeah. And so it has some motifs. There's bits of sax and there's bits of yeah.
Dun.
There's stuff there, but it's more atmospheric
Yeah.
and more
Which fits
kind
the
of,
game.
yeah, much more somber, I think is the word
Yeah,
I used to
absolutely.
describe it. Whereas, as you said, 1 through 3 grandiose.
Battle hardened.
Yeah, just ignore the soundtracks for 4 and 5.
Yeah, they don't really have soundtracks.
No.
worth
Infinite
that.
was a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
It wasn't Marty. It was about 3 or 4 people, but
Yeah.
it's still a good soundtrack.
Pretty good, yeah.
I'm still slightly annoyed that there's a version of the theme. So every game has
Their
version of
own
the theme.
version of
Yeah.
the Halo theme.
Because, like I said, 1 through 3 has the motifs. 4 and 5 are 4 and 5.
Non-existent.
Yep, and Infinite has a version of the theme that plays over the end credits that's not on the soundtrack, and it's an amazing version
It
of the
is a
theme.
good version, yeah.
It's a great version of the theme, and I can't find it. I don't know why it's not on the soundtrack. I still need to listen to the vinyl of the Infinite soundtrack that I bought.
Oh yeah, you got the vinyl.
Yeah,
Nice.
that cost me more than I want to admit.
I can imagine. You don't have to divulge that here.
Oh no, I won't.
Yeah, Infinite focuses more on to give them like the sort of instrument,
Mm-hmm.
vocal things you mentioned for the first 3, the drums.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like drums is very prominent.
And it works,
Infinite.
especially since like the main enemy faction that is made up of brutes.
Mm-hmm.
Brutes, I feel like they had like drums were usually their like
Yeah.
musical motifs in the other games, so
Yeah.
it makes sense, and it works very well for the Halo theme.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, there were always drums there,
Mhm.
but the fact that they're focused on in this version is
Yeah,
great.
definitely. So yeah, I think that concludes this episode
Yeah.
of Nat before we go on for another 2 hours.
Yeah, because we went on longer than we wanted to.
Oh yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. This is another not great segue into the outro. But yeah, join us next time.
When we talk about whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Hopefully Melina will be here.
Hopefully Melina will be here. So yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.